world. But now a person who died without Christ, there's no assurance of coming back. An evil person, there's no. When you read the book of Daniel chapter 3, you start by verse 16. If you are alive, verse 17. They say we cannot worship an idol. We cannot worship an idol. Daniel chapter 3, verse 1 to 3. It says, he has made an idol so that people they have to worship. He made an idol so that people they must worship that idol. Now there were some of the godly people who did not want to worship them. He said the king Nebuchadnezzar made a gold statue 9 feet tall, 9 feet wide, set it up on the plain of Dura in the province of Babylon. And then he sent the message to the high officers, the official governors, advisors, treasurers, judges, magistrates, all the provincial official to come to the dedication of the statue he had said. So all, if you can highlight verse 5, verse 4, verse 5, he said, all these officials came stood before the statue King Nebuchadnezzar had set up. Verse 4, verse 5. He will say, and then he herald shouted out. He says, people of all race and nations, language, listen to the king command. When you hear the sound, you have to do what? Worship it. When you hear the lyres, the harp, the pipes, the flute, horns, any musical instrument, when you hear the noise, you have to do what? To bow down and to worship the godly statues of Nebuchadnezzar. Now verses 16 to 17, there were three of them, Meshach, Shadrach, Abednego. They refused to worship. Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego, they speak to the king. We do not need to defend ourselves before you. Verse 17. They say, no, we cannot worship your God. If we are thrown in the blazing furnace, the God the God we serve is able to save us. He will protect us. They refuse to worship an idol. Those are the people they have to come back to life on the last day. If you can say again, verse 18. He said, but even if it doesn't, you want to make it clear to you. We want to make it clear to you, Your Majesty. We will never save your God or worship the God statues you have set up. We cannot worship your God. When you are idolatrous, you start to worship an idol. You stay away from God. You are no way to be with God. You just far away from God. Because you cannot be where God is as long as you are idolatrous. You remember the godly statues in Daniel, Revelation chapter 13. You start by verse 13, 14. You alert verse 15. Revelation chapter 13. He said everyone they have to worship statues. And Revelation chapter 15, verse 2. You will see those they refuse to worship the God statues. He said with all the miracle he was allowed to perform on the behalf of the first beast. He deserves all the people who belong to this world. He orders, can you see the order? If you can highlight that place. He said he orders the people to make a great statue of the first beast who was fatally wounded and then come back to life. Verse 15. He was then permitted to give life to his statues so that it could speak. And then the statue of the beast commanded that anyone who refused to worship must die. Some they refuse to worship, some they worship. When you see here, Revelation chapter 15, verse 2, he said, I saw before me seemed to be a glass sea mixed with fire. On it stood all people who had been victorious over the beast and his statues. The number represents his name. They were all holding up that God given them. Those they refused to worship the statues of the beast, they were standing with Christ. They hold the float with God. When you decide to be idolatrous, you are far away from God. You know, when you read the book of Isaiah chapter 57, verse 5. You jump, you share verse 10. What does he say that? What does it mean say? What does he say? It means we have that desire, we have that passions to seek what is fake. What is fake, we love to worship it. What is fake, we love to worship. We don't give up. What is fake, even if we are tired, we continuing to follow it. I am tired, I know it's fake, but I continuing to seek it. What is fake, we love to seek it. What is fake, we love it. Even if we are tired, I will go. It's fake. But when it comes to what is true, we give up. He says, what did he say? He says like this. Listen to what he said. Thank you, Jesus. He says, you worship your idol with a great passions beneath the oak under every green tree.